Hi, it's Roger Sitkins, Agency Results Coach. I want to welcome you to this 8-day sprint. Once a day for the next 8 days, I'm going to be sharing with you some ideas, some strategies, some behaviors, some tools that I know will help you improve your agency's results. Now, agency results, everybody wants something different. Every owner wants something different. You may want just top-line revenue growth. We'll give you some ideas there. You may want to improve profitability. We'll give you ideas there. You may want time freedom or financial freedom. We'll give you ideas there. You may want to develop your team into a better unit. We'll give you ideas there. So every day for the next 8 days, we're going to be working together. First area we're going to take a look at, our sprint number 1, is activities versus results. And this is about as foundational as I can possibly get with you. Agencies and producers really fall into 2 different categories. We have the activity-based agency and activity-based producers. And with them, every year looks the same. It's just like they're almost hysterical activity on the way to the grave. They're always doing the same things. They're always getting the same results, but nothing really changes. So every year pretty much looks the same. They absolutely confuse activity with results. They think if they're really busy, they're going to get great results, when the reality is all they are is busy, okay? Being very, very busy. In fact, when they talk to each other, how are you doing? Oh man, I'm busy. How about you? Oh, I'm totally covered up. They really have an activity-based culture. I'll never forget the time an agency owner in one of our CEO sessions, after we had this discussion, he said, you know, I never realized this before, but I have sanctioned activities and I've never demanded results, because I've just always said, hey, is everybody busy here at the agency? What we want to do is become a results-based agency and of course have results-based producers. When we look at results, we're saying that we get constant growth and improvement in what? In whatever areas you want your results to get better in. So we're always growing, always improving in those specific areas that are important to you and your agency. Now, a big part of this is having what we call the unique abilities teams. Having people that are operating, spending basically 80% of their time doing those things they are uniquely qualified to do. We kind of kiddie around and say that's their factory installed equipment. What things were given to you at birth that makes you good at what you do? If you're a salesperson, why is that? If you're a service or operations person, why is that? If you're very creative, why is that? If you're really good with numbers, why is that? What is it that you do better than anybody else? And how do we get everybody on the team to figure out what it is we do well and really spend 80% of our time doing that? Once we get there, we start creating this culture that says it's about getting results. Again, agency results challenge. Agency results 8-day sprint. We want to help you and your company get better results. Now, I want to show you quickly a diagram that explains the difference between activity-based companies and producers and results-based, okay? With every producer and every agency, it seems there are peaks and valleys in their prospecting activity. They go out, they start prospecting, then they fall off. They prospect some more and they fall off. Now, every book on sales and sales management has said the same thing. The more you prospect, the more you sell, and the selling curve will normally follow the prospecting curve like a shadow. So we start selling based upon doing our prospecting. So we prospect, selling cycle time, we start making sales. But at the point where we're real busy making sales because we've stopped selling or stopped prospecting, sales start dropping off. All of a sudden we realize our pipelines are empty, we start prospecting again, but see, the selling curve is matching the prospecting curve. So we have these peaks and valleys in sales, peaks and valleys in prospecting, but what about service? Because service is always a big issue. Service for most organizations grows and then like water reaches its own level, and this is where people stay very, very busy. In fact, we start hearing the ITB excuse. I'm too busy to get out and sell new business. This is an organization where from this point forward, there truly is an inverse relationship between prospecting and selling. So we see the agency will have a good quarter based on the prospecting they did the previous quarter. They have this good quarter, then next quarter, they don't get great results because the pipelines are empty. So what do we have to do? Well, a results-based agency and result-based producers are much different. The first thing we do is we create high performance teams, these unique ability teams, and we reinforce what we call the show, the service handoff. We make a strong division between the sales and service functions within the agency. The next thing we do is we start managing our pipelines. We start building our pipelines, and we do CPA, constant prospecting activity, leading towards something I'd like your agency to do, rope production, referral only production explosion. 70 to 80% of all of the new business we write is based upon a referral or an introduction. So if we free the producers up from service, and in this case we want them to spend no more than 20% of their time in service, 80% of their time in sales related activities, always prospecting at a high level, what happens to the sales results? They grow at just about any rate we want, controlled, quality, and profitable growth. So you can be activity based or you can be results based. I hope you choose to be results based. Now, some immediate strategies you can use during this sprint to go back to your agency, talk to some of your people. Well, number one, listen to the language. Is the language in your agency an activity-based language, or is it a results-based language? Complete a quick little survey and just ask your people, maybe show them those graphs and ask them, how much of your time do you spend being busy versus getting results? I think you'll probably be surprised. Next, have a team meeting and start talking to everybody on the team about the difference between activity and results. And let's face it, everybody listens to that same radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? Explain what's in it for them as the agency becomes much more of a results-based agency. Remember this, activities equal expense. Results equal income and profit. Where do you want to go as an agency? See, one of the things I firmly believe, and what this sprint's about, and then the 8-week challenge that we'll have available next, is the agency of the future that you think about, this agency you're dreaming of creating, this great organization you think at night going, gosh, I wish my agency was like this. That's a matter of choice, not chance. You've chosen to do the 8-day sprint with us. Congratulations. We're going to be giving you a lot of tools that'll help you design this agency to help you make choices to get the results that you want. I'll see you tomorrow.